Alright, seriously, finding winning products is probably one of the most highly discussed topics in the Shopify dropshipping space. People make it seem like there's some sort of secret formula finding winning products, and in reality, it's really not that complicated. Quite frankly, it's just as complicated as you make it. A lot of people I see at least have something I like to call analysis paralysis when it comes to finding winning dropshipping products. This means overthinking or overanalyzing or even overlooking certain things, and in the end they just keep going in circles and not getting to that consistent winning product. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Yash. The purpose of this channel is to document my journey throughout my e-commerce career, and of course to share value and insight with you guys so you guys can go ahead and get to that next step in your Shopify dropshipping stores. Now, for someone that's been in the space for about 4 years now, I see finding winning products truly to be one of the most daunting, overwhelming tasks, especially for people who are just starting out.
Oh, that's so stressful for me now. Ay, that's stress.
You see, there's so much misinformation and sometimes an abundance of information even on the internet that you don't know kind of where to direct to or who to believe or what kind of practices and tips to really follow, and quite frankly, I don't really blame you. I can definitely say I've had a large handful of successful winning products for my Shopify stores over the past few years that have all earned me 6 and 7 figures in sales, and there's definitely a pattern I've seen each time when I do scale a product. Therefore, ladies and gents, in this video, I'll be sharing 3 main key tips you guys can definitely follow and implement when finding that winning product that will definitely make your journey a little bit easier and perhaps let that winning product come to you instead of you constantly searching and hunting for that winning product. And before we do move forward into the video, make sure you guys do drop a huge like on this video. I'd very much appreciate it. And while you're at it, if you do like what you hear and see by the end of this video, make sure you guys are also subscribed to the channel with that post notification bell turned on so you guys are updated with all recent and updated videos. So the first main key point I really want to go ahead and cover, and a lot of people honestly do overlook, is the criteria of the product, the overall criteria or the nature of the product, I would say, and that is the product having some sort of wow and, I repeat, wow and impulsive factor behind it. You see, ladies and gents, as a digital marketer, as an advertiser, you have to realize that Facebook and Instagram especially, and I'm mentioning Facebook and Instagram because they are one of the most known platforms that us dropshippers do advertise on, including myself. Facebook is my bread and butter, but like I was saying, Facebook and Instagram are forms of interruptive marketing. So let me go ahead and break that down for you. Whether it be me, you, or someone else that you know, no one goes on their phone and goes on their Instagram or Facebook timeline or newsfeed and goes like, let me see what kinds of products I can go ahead and browse for and shop for today, and of course purchase them. You see, no one is purposefully going on Facebook and Instagram to go with the intent of buying something, whereas with platforms like Google, it is more intent-based marketing. If you're searching something on Google, more than likely you're going to go ahead and buy that product, or at least are heavily thinking about it. On the other hand, on Facebook and Instagram, no one is really expecting to see your product or anything like that. So you have to make sure there is some sort of pattern interruption in your ad. And of course, your ad is made up of the creative and your ad copy, which are undoubtedly both important components. But at the end of the day, I always say this, and I'll say it again, especially for the purpose and intent of this video, product is king, and the average consumer or your potential customer will definitely go ahead and eye down the product first and foremost when they're seeing your ad. You see, people's attention spans are very short on Instagram and Facebook, right? They're looking at pictures of celebrities and your neighbor's dogs and so on and so forth, whatever it really may be. So the product itself definitely has to be appealing and definitely has to have some sort of wow and impulsive factor behind it, where people actually want to know more about that product and find out more about that product. For instance, if you were to go ahead and sell something like this, run an ad for a plant like this, which by the way is definitely fake, no one will go ahead and be amazed by it, because this is not a naive product to the average consumer. You and I or anyone else can go ahead to a retail store or browse 1,000 other e-commerce stores and purchase something like this. I'm not saying you have to go ahead and invent a product, but the product itself definitely has to be naive. It has to be unique. It has to have that wow and impulsive factor attached towards it, like I mentioned before. For example, this melting or thawing meat tray did extremely well for 2 or 3 seasons in a row, which is essentially a mat or a tray which melts and defrosts your meat in a heartbeat. You see, that is something that people don't even think about, and then whenever people see that, it solves a problem because people can definitely make use of a problem like that. Therefore, that is definitely impulsive and unique because it is also a very easy buy for people, because the product is definitely something that people can utilize on a week-to-week or daily basis. That's the type of products I usually like to go with. So all of this, ladies and gents, kind of brings us to our next point. So just hold your thought about the product that I just mentioned, the meat defrosting or the meat thawing tray. At the end of the day, what will sell is something that has immense demand for it on a broad scale. Something that people can buy, something that doesn't have a lot of hindrances, biases, or anything like that attached towards it. Anyone, meaning any age, any gender, any country, someone with any beliefs or interests can go ahead and buy. You don't want that certain product to have all these limitations attached towards it, or you don't want a super micro niche market, because then the scalability will actually be very limited for those sorts of products. So yes, you want to sell something that people are already spending a lot of money in, a niche or an industry, or even, somewhat of a sub niche that people are already spending a lot of money in, people are already buying a lot of products in. So now let's bring that meat defrosting tray back. Essentially, like I said, this product quickly melts meats and defrosts meats. So people who are having barbecues, people who are constantly cooking and chefing stuff up, they would definitely make use of something like this. And guess what? Barbecuing or cooking or something like that isn't out of the ordinary. People are already spending a lot of money behind very similar products when it comes to serving the same purpose or serving the same use or function. Meaning barbecuing products or kitchen products when it comes to meat and tenderizers and stuff like that. Once again, people are already spending a lot of money in. And now people see our meat defrosting tray, well, boom, that will instantly catch someone's eye because it is definitely already a niche that people are already spending money within, but the product itself within that niche is very new. It's very naive. It definitely has a wow and impulsive factor behind it. It is something that is out of the ordinary that most people don't really own. You see, that is not the traditional and most efficient way to, defrost and thaw meats and stuff like that. But this is what that product exactly does. So it will definitely appeal a mass majority of the market that barbecues or cooks or anything like that within that nature. So don't go ahead and sell like an underwater weaving kit.
What?
I know that's a little bit over the top, but you get the idea. Sell products that people are already spending money behind and money within, but at the same time, the product itself has to be naive, and it also definitely has to appeal to a mass majority of people for you to go ahead and scale and reach different audiences and angles of the market. So these first 2 key points are definitely ones that relate to product criteria. They're almost like mental checkpoints that you should be going ahead and checking off whenever you come across a product in the market. But of course, this last point I think is very, very important because I see a lot of folks conducting or doing product research, but I don't see a lot of people doing or even talking about, quite frankly, on YouTube, what I like to call product validation or product cross-validation. I see a lot of people just going off one point of data or one resource or one this or one that, and then going ahead and testing that product. Damn, your boy needs a water break. Yeah, this stuff just gets me really, really pumped up because I really want you guys to go ahead and do well and succeed. But anyway, now that I got that out the way, I'm someone who actually takes a collective viewpoint of my product, because I want to make sure I'm going ahead and maximizing the potential of that product being a winning product, or at least a consistent product in terms of bringing me sales. I see a lot of people simply relying on the number of AliExpress orders or Google Trends or Amazon merchants, where they're not really taking a collective viewpoint of everything that's going around in the market for that product, and then they go ahead and just go around in circles for dozens and dozens of products and don't really make any progress. So therefore, you really have to make sure you take your time and you do that proper due diligence behind each product. Quite frankly, even till this day, I'll spend at least 20 to 45 minutes behind one product before I go ahead and actually add it into my pipeline of products. Oh, and by the way, I thought this would be helpful for you guys to stay more organized. So what I'll do is I'll drop a Google Sheet down in the description below of how I amalgamate my products on a week-to-week basis, and then keep them on a simple Google Sheet for helping to stay more organized and more directed towards my product testing. Feel free to utilize that. Like I said, it's a great simple asset and tool. You guys can adapt and tweak it as you'd like. So going back to my point, you want to make sure you go ahead and completely validate that product before you add it to your arsenal, before you add it to your pipeline. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a simple, brief run through of what to really do, what key areas to really look for when you go ahead and find that potential product, or even eye down that product. So with that being said, let's actually jump into the computer and see how I cross-reference or cross-validate products. Alright, so I thought utilizing this product for the purpose of this video and showing how to actually validate products would be a great example. I actually found this product in my Facebook timeline just about 2 days ago. So let's actually go ahead and validate this product to see if it's worth testing it. Oh, and just to note, I definitely recommend keeping an eye out in your Facebook and even Instagram newsfeed, because sometimes you'll find great potential products that can be 6 and 7-figure winners. Honestly, at times you'll find a great product but a shitty advertiser or a lazy dropshipper that doesn't really know what he or she is doing behind that product. So then that's where you and I can come in and make the copy, the creative, the offer, the pricing, the funnel, so on and so forth even better. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look into this adjustable rubber wrench. If you don't know what this product does or is, by the way, it essentially helps you go ahead and open bottles and lids and stuff like that, even different lug nuts and screws, and makes people's jobs a little bit easier. This means that it is an evergreen product, which means it can be sold throughout the year regardless of time or season or anything like such. And on top of that, it is a problem-solving product that absolutely saves time, effort, and also energy, and not to mention it can definitely be bought by a large market out there. So those are all already great checkpoints for this product that we have tick marked. Let's actually go ahead and further look into this product to see if it's worth adding to our pipeline of products or not. So the first thing I'll do right off the bat, and again, there's no right or wrong order, but I'll go ahead on AliExpress and type in adjustable rubber wrench. By the way, sometimes you will have to go ahead and type in different keywords and phrases because all suppliers word it a little bit differently. So make sure you actually go ahead and do that to uncover the full potential of that product. So right away, it seems like this product is definitely very untapped. There's not a lot of listings, but there are definitely a lot of listings starting to come for this product. At the end of the day, all these suppliers in China, ladies and gents, definitely know when a product is about to pop off. So as we're scrolling down, we see more and more rows of this same exact product. And remember what I said before, a wrench or tools or stuff like this is already what people are buying, but something like this, meaning this product in particular, is definitely unique and has definitely a wow factor attached towards it, because something like this is just not an ordinary wrench or anything like that. So like I said, there's definitely a lot of listings starting to come for this specific product. There's not a large volume of orders. You can see 19, 3 sold, 9 sold. Even if we filter by orders, let's see if we can find it. So not really, because again, I think the product is very untapped and it is definitely naive. So we'll have to stick to best match over here. And yeah, we can definitely see that there's a lot of suppliers selling this product, ladies and gents. If we also click on this third listing right here, you can see that it does have 9 reviews already, 4.4 stars, which also concludes that the product definitely says what it says it does. If you also look closely, this supplier has about 20,000 pieces available, which is definitely a great sign. Essentially, that means this product is definitely about to pop off and is getting more and more in the market. Usually, I don't like to sell products that have more than 3,000 orders at its max, but something like this, again, is very untapped. So we know that there is somewhat demand, but we still have to go ahead and make sure that this is something the market absolutely wants and needs to buy. So as you guys see in front of you, we're on something called watchcount.com, which is basically different listings on the eBay platform. At the end of the day, eBay is absolutely another e-commerce platform where people are searching for items and goods that they want to purchase for themselves. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is type in adjustable rubber wrench. Again, sometimes you do have to type in different keywords or phrases, so just be wary about that, and then we're going to click show me. So just by looking at this is so far a good sign. All of these are different watchers over a listing in descending order. So over here we see 100 watchers for that product, 66 watchers. Again, this is a very similar product. 61 watchers. What else? 54 watchers, 37 watchers. So this is definitely a great sign, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a volume of watchers over this product, but there is not too many volume of watchers, and that is what we don't want. Because think about it, when there's too many watchers, that means there's a lot of organic traction making its way to that product. We don't want a lot of organic market reach and awareness to a specific product. We want that product just to be climbing up slowly and people starting to know about it. For example, if I type in posture corrector, the infamous 9-figure product in the dropshipping space, you'll see there's thousands and thousands of watchers right off the bat, and that is something that we do want to avoid. And at the same time, we also don't want too little watchers as well, like 5, 4, 3, or even 0. We don't want that either. So this is definitely a right middle ground between too many and too less, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now, we're not done just yet, so hold your horses. Remember, we don't want to just take one piece of information and data and come to a conclusion whether we're going to go ahead and test that product or not. We more so want to take a collective viewpoint of everything we're analyzing, of how the product is doing in the market overall at a broader scale. All right, so we made our way over to our best friend, Amazon. Not. And then we're going to type in adjustable rubber wrench. Like I mentioned before, sometimes you will have to type in different keywords and phrases to land upon the right product. Now, what a lot of people think is that just because there's a few merchants or any merchants or people selling on Amazon, that's not a good sign. Now, that's where most people go wrong, right? So hear me out. We don't want a lot of merchants, meaning dozens and dozens of merchants on Amazon with hundreds and thousands of reviews for that same product, because that means there is a lot of organic traction going to that product. The average consumer already knows about that product, and chances are they're searching for that product organically on Amazon. Just like us dropshippers, ladies and gents, merchants and sellers on Amazon are constantly looking for the next hot product. So just because there's a few listings, that is okay. In fact, that is a good thing, because we know there's good data for that product and people are actually going ahead and purchasing it and actually wanting it in the market. So with that being said, right off the bat, we do see a few listings right here, 300 reviews, 175 reviews, over 1,200 reviews. Okay, all of these are very small, 6 reviews. This is the same one, it's just sponsored, 42, about 376, 75, 2, 16. So basically, guys, like, this is definitely popping off on Amazon slowly, but at that same time, there's only really 3 main sellers or 3 main merchants on Amazon for this product. The one with 376, the one with 1293, and then the one with 175. There's about 3 or 4 solid merchants on Amazon selling this product, really nothing more than that. So that is definitely a good sign. Again, don't overcomplicate the whole thing with researching on Amazon. We just want to see how much traction is there, if there's any at all in the first place. Another thing I do like to do is visit Google Trends. At the end of the day, Google is intent based, right? People that are searching on Google about a product are more than likely thinking of buying that product already. already, or again with the intent of purchasing that product. So let's just type in adjustable wrench. We want to be a little broad and not type in the exact product name when it comes to certain types of products. So we're going to type in adjustable wrench, like I said, and usually I'll leave it at 12 months. Sometimes I'll go to the past 5 years or past 90 days. For categories and the search, I'll usually keep it default. I do want to see US, which seems pretty good. It seems like it's above 50, and again, it's an evergreen product, so this is something that I would assume people are searching for all throughout the year. And then let's also go to worldwide in case if you do want to sell to other markets. So again, we see the same results right here. It's above 50. It's definitely in demand throughout the year, and we can even see related search queries about what people are actually searching for on Google. So here it says ratcheting adjustable wrench, adjustable spanner wrench, adjustable spanner, which is basically the same function as a wrench, by the way, if you didn't know. Adjustable crescent wrench, wide jaw adjustable wrench. There you go. So there's definitely demand in the market for a product like this, because remember, this product basically adjusts to any shape of, a bottle or anything that you're trying to loosen up, basically. So I think this product would definitely fulfills people's needs in terms of what they're already looking for and searching for. It definitely goes ahead and takes care of that function, job, and duty. So in this case, just after doing a little bit of cross-validation, I think we can definitely add it in our pipeline of products. First and foremost, it definitely checkmarked all the characteristics and checkpoints of a good, valid dropshipping product. And second, we can definitely say there's demand in the market, or rising demand at least, but at the same time, there's a lot of space to fill in for good advertisers like me and yourself. So there you guys go. That's really what I'll do once I eye down a product initially. I'll compare and contrast from different platforms, and I'll really go ahead and take all these points of data into a collective conclusion. So I'll say this once again, don't just sell something because someone is telling you this is a good product, or you're seeing it on Facebook or on AliExpress or so on and so forth. Really go ahead and do your due diligence, because at the end of the day, you're spending your own money testing these products. It also doesn't matter where you start and end in terms of these validation steps. I just did what I did because that's comfortable to me and just for the purpose for the video, but go ahead and form your own validation methods, and at the end of the day, your intuition will also play a good part in this once you do get more deeper into the game. With that being said, that's all I have for y'all today. I truly hope this was informative and helpful. If you did stick around till this point in the video, then I appreciate you. Other than that, if you guys do have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, feel free to drop them in the comments down below for me, because I do reply to each and every single one of them. And furthermore, guys, feel free to check out all the links and resources down in the description below. They of course will and can be very helpful for your Shopify dropshipping store. Lastly, if you guys do want to hop on a one-on-one growth call with myself over Zoom, where we can actually screen share, record the call, I can get to know you and your business a little bit better, schedule it down below. That link will also be in the description. I only take a limited number of calls every single month, so if you do want some further guidance or anything like that with all things dropshipping, e-commerce, or digital marketing, feel free to schedule a call with myself. Make sure y'all keep working hard, and more importantly, keep being awesome. Until the next one, your boy is out. Peace.